Hi there, it's Brushed Artist, and thanks for taking the time to watch this video of kind of the start to finish of my work in the E.W. King building in Bristol, Tennessee, which is now known as the Renaissance Center. So you saw some pictures of the exterior of the building, and now we're kind of going through the interior of the building with this beautiful industrial green from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And of course, that's all being changed. And I was tasked with painting many things in this building, and they were all very different. And starting with the chrome mirrors that were purchased for the bathrooms, that they decided they wanted black. So it was a little bit of a challenge to prepare that surface properly. And I used Faux Effects Prime Etch as my primer to really gain the adhesion that I really desired, because I knew I was going to be hand distressing each of these pieces with a sanding block. So I didn't want a lot of peeling. I really wanted genuinely a distressed effect that looked aged, and I think we achieved that very nicely. It just makes such a difference with those little details. I think you'd agree that they really turned out nice. Then I started on the sink bases, and there were 3 restrooms on the first floor, and I was jockeying with the HVAC, drywall, and painters, trying to protect my surfaces while they were working kind of in tandem with me in the same spaces. So you can see there where the sink bases are distressed like the mirrors were. And then I had a special guest one night. My youngest brother is a professional chef, and he came and prepared a vegetarian dinner for me, and we had a little bit of time together, and it was nice just to be able to relax and have a special guest one night and actually be able to kind of show him what I do for a living. So it was neat. And then I moved on to the bathroom partitions, which were beautifully designed by Burwell, and I used a hand brush finish on all of these partitions, really trying to duplicate what would have been done in Bristol, Tennessee during around the 1920s, and it just really ended up being a beautiful effect. And you can see even the details, like the hardware in the bathrooms, are just really beautiful, and it's just stunning with the design of the partitions and the flooring detail and sink bases. Of course, the distressing that was done on the mirrors that you can see here just really causes the eye to kind of just dance around the room. It's just beautiful effect. And I wrote a thank you note to the carpenters one night. Then I started on this massive door, and it's an oak door. It's coated with copper steel plating, and we decided on a cobalt blue because of a throwback to this being a garment factory at one point in time, and specifically blue jeans. So we used a blue. The decorator loved that look, and it had to be painted on both sides. And thank goodness my best assistant ever, Dave, was able to watch out for me that weekend and spot me. And so once the number 1 detail was added for the first floor, then the glazing began, and I used actually denim from the L.C. King building, which is catty corner to this building. They are the factory for Pointer brand, and they were kind enough to give me scraps that really just served as a beautiful vehicle to transfer that glaze. And so there's actually 2 doors that were done on the first floor. That's the second one. And I was even able to clean up the weights for the door where there was a great deal of green overspray. So this is just a beautiful effect. Really, really fun. And the pictures don't do it justice. I hate to say that, but any of you in the industry that use glaze and try to photograph this stuff just using a cell phone, it's really tough. This is where my friend Eric Spiegel highly recommends a professional photographer, and I would definitely agree in this case. But for this purpose, I'm sharing best I can. And so in the entryway was my finale project, painting Bondo to match century-old terracotta tiles that had been severely damaged and then filled. And it was a real challenge because, of course, this is going to be a high traffic area. So it wasn't just painting them, but then being able to find the proper sealant for them as well that would be long lasting. And so I went with actually a 2-part urethane, thanks to Nick Lang's recommendation there. And this was a many coat process, and extremely challenging, as in this next clip you can actually hear the drywall guys in the background as well as the flooring people. They were, at one point in time, they were stripping the floor, the original hardwood floor, doing drywall around the ceilings, and of course the other construction guys out there putting up walls and everything. And I'm working in this front entryway with everything sealed off with plastic, and it was a real challenge, definitely. But the end effect was just phenomenal, and I'm so pleased. This was our final result here. And thank you honestly for taking the time. This is my heart, guys. This is what I love, and I absolutely adore what I do for a living. And I couldn't do this without your love and support. And so thank you for your time, and thanks for watching.